Today I'm going to show you how to make a spicy, soupless ramen called Tsuyunashi Tantanmen, so stick around! Although Tantanmen was originally conceived as a noodle soup, the soupless variety has become popular in recent years. With thick ramen noodles tossed in a creamy sesame sauce, it's topped with spicy ground pork that's loaded with caramelized scallions, garlic, and ginger. Eaten together, it's bursting with umami, and the best part is that it comes together in about 15 minutes. Sounds delicious, right? Let's take a look at our ingredients. For the sauce, I've got 1.5 tablespoons of soy sauce, 1 tablespoon of nutty goma or tahini, 2 teaspoons of sugar, 2 teaspoons of rayu, 2 teaspoons of toasted sesame oil, 1 tablespoon of toasted sesame seeds, 2 grams of katsuobushi, and 1/4 cup of boiling water. For the pork, I have 150 grams of ground pork, 1 tablespoon of mirin, 2 teaspoons of soy sauce, and 1/4 teaspoon of ground Sichuan pepper. I'm also going to be using 2 tablespoons of vegetable oil, 30 grams of scallions, 1 large clove of garlic, an equal amount of ginger, and 1 tablespoon of Doubanjiang. For the noodles, I like using thick cut ramen like this, but any Asian wheat noodle will work. Tantanmen is the Japanese version of spicy Tantanmen, and it was popularized in Japan by legendary chef Chen Kenmin. If the name sounds familiar, that's probably because he's Iron Chef Chen Kenichi's father. The elder Chef Chen is known for adapting the fiery dishes of his native Sichuan province in China for the Japanese palate, and many modern Japanese favorites like mabo tofu and ebichiri got their start at Chef Chen's restaurants. To prep the pork, I'm gonna add the mirin, soy sauce, and Sichuan pepper. Then I'm gonna mix everything together without mashing it into a paste. I like using chopsticks for this because it makes it easier to keep the pork nice and crumbly. For the Tantanmen sauce, add the soy sauce, nutty goma, sesame oil, rayu, and sugar to a bowl. Now we need to grind up our katsuobushi into a powder. The easiest way to do this is to put it in a mortar and use a pestle to pulverize it, but you can also use a clean spice grinder or small food processor. Next, you want to add the toasted sesame seeds and grind those up as well. This powder is loaded with umami and the nutty goodness of the sesame seeds, and it's the secret to my flavorful sauce. Okay, let's dump this into our other sauce ingredients. Then you want to mix everything together until it's smooth and free of lumps. Now I'm gonna add the boiling water and whisk it all together to finish our sauce. Before we start cooking, I want to take a quick moment to thank my supporters who helped make this video possible. If you're learning something new from my recipes and want to help, hit the link in the description down below to see how you can pitch in. The first thing you want to do is put a large pot of water on to boil. Next, I'm going to chop up some scallions. Mine are super thin, so I'm using a bunch, but if you have thicker scallions, 2 or 3 should be enough. Set about 1/4 of the scallion greens aside in a bowl to use as a garnish. Then we're going to get the rest of the scallions into a frying pan over medium heat with vegetable oil and saute them until they start to turn brown. While the scallions brown, let's grate the garlic and the ginger. When the scallions start looking like this, add the grated aromatics in. Now we're gonna saute these until everything starts to brown. My ramen noodles take about 3 minutes to cook, so I'm gonna go ahead and add them into the boiling water at this point. Be sure to give them a stir from time to time so they don't stick together. Okay, the aromatics are looking perfect and they smell amazing, so let's add in the Doubanjiang. Give that a stir to toast the chili paste a bit. And then you want to add the ground pork. Now you want to cook the pork while using the side of a spatula to crumble it up so you don't have any big chunks of meat. Okay, our noodles are done, so turn down the heat on the pork so that it doesn't burn. Now, let's drain the noodles. Shake off the excess water. Then I'm gonna get them into a bowl and drizzle on our sauce. Toss these together with tongs. And let's get this plated up. These sesame noodles would be amazing on their own, but we're not done. Okay, our pork is cooked through and nice and crumbly, so let's get this onto our tantanmen. I know umami is a taste, but if it had a smell, this would be it. To finish this off, I'm gonna garnish it with the scallions we set aside. I'm also gonna add some fried onions for crunch, and a pinch of cayenne pepper for a bit of extra punch, and our Tsuyunashi Tantanmen is done. This Tsuyunashi Tantanmen is a delicious way to sate a ramen craving quickly. And although I showed you a basic version, you can top this with any assortment of vegetables, herbs, or nuts that you want to make it your own. So I hope you'll give it a try. If you enjoyed this video and want to see more like it, you can let me know by giving this a big thumbs up and by sharing it with all the ramen lovers in your life. Well, I'm starving, so I'm gonna demolish this plate of tantanmen, but I'll catch you in the next one.